Hey guys, it's Davius Minimus. Not been playing for a while, so seen some of the guys streaming and gave me a bit of a need to record some Amulet again. So here we are. Just came on here. May as well show you this. It's pretty funny. My last record was a stunning 1-4, so I thought I'd have a look at what deck I played, and it was this monstrosity with Zer the Enchanter. And what I was hoping for was a nice easy combo with Unlife and Solemnity, but that clearly didn't work out, so we won't be playing that today. We'll just play some Amulet. I can only afford a friendly league, so that's what we're going to have to jump into. So have a couple of games, see how it goes. A quick note on the list: I am a Gemestone Mine short, which I've replaced with a Mana Confluence. I am a Cavern of Souls short, which I've replaced with a Temple. I've put a Dismember main in place of a 28th land, just to see how it goes. What it did do, I saw Punt Their Wine, Chris of Pie playing some Amulet, and Mortuary Maya was in his list. And it's a card that's been in and out of lists for a long time, but it was really impressive when he played against Tron, and I thought I wanted access to that. So although I'm down to 27 in my main, I've got access to 29 lands should I want to up my land count or tweak my land in games 2 and 3. So by moving that Dismember to the main, I've freed up a land slot here. So all in all, not a major change. I just didn't fancy either of these two in the main. I thought they were better in the side. So Dismember's gone in the main. The Relic could have easily got the main as well, but we'll try Dismember for a day. So, first game. See how we get on. This hand is pretty good. It's pretty bad against interaction, but pretty good against in a race. I'd really like to draw another bounce land if I can. We are against an interactive deck. Combo decks don't play Ancestral Visions very often, unless it's taking turns, but even they don't. You run it particularly regularly. This is the first time I'm seeing the art of these cards as well, so it's quite interesting. You see, so the problem here is I'm going to run out the Azusa. Could well meet a Mana Leak or a Mand, but I can't. I have to pick up the Simic Grove because I need a bounce land in hand. Which means if this does get countered on my land drop down, if it gets killed, it's no big deal. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to pick up the Simic Growth again, and I'm just going to play the Tireless Tracker out. Because I'm not too bothered if it gets killed for no value. If it gets killed for no value, the likelihood is that Azusa doesn't get killed. I'm speaking quite quickly, but it's because his cards, he's passing quickly and I like to be ahead on clock. This has worked out pretty nicely though, because they are the taking turns deck, which is what I was going to say when these resolved. It's unlikely for a deck to play 2 basic lands and not do anything. What that means is that they could well try to lock me out next turn. So although I want to get this Titan into play, which is definitely my main aim, I would really like to get Engineered Explosives out on 3. Just protects us a little bit against the Dictate, which is likely to come now. The problem with that, of course, is that we've got a lot of 3-drops in play. So there's a chance here that the best thing I can do is give the Titan haste. Well, I mean, that is 100% the best thing I can do here. Let's just try and work out the lands. I could pick up the Boris Garrison again. which seems pretty good. So pick up the Slayers and replay it. What can he do to really upset me? There's not a lot, to be honest. My lands are not doing a great deal in this matchup. I'll pick these two out. I'll get some clues, try and yield this. Pick up the Slayers, play it as my last land drop. Haste the Titan. Swing with the team. Okay. That is annoying. But he's not playing a draw spell, so that's good. That is definitely a good thing. So although he's got Ancestral Visions and he's going to have, for definite, 4 lands to play Cryptic, something like that, it might be that he's got Exhaustion. Yeah. That's annoying. We now need to draw something pretty good. We're actually pretty behind all of a sudden. And that isn't something good. So what I'll do, we'll play this land. We'll draw a card, see if we hit a bounce land. That's really all we're looking for at this point. A bounce land would give us 4 mana and let me go get a counter spell. But not that bounce land. We might as well play it. Add 4 pickups, Simic Growth, I think. Yeah, if I stir in and find an amulet, I can play it, and then I can play the Simic Growth for 4. Okay, we missed, but it doesn't mean it was the wrong line. I think it was fine. Again, they're drawing a lot of cards, so that's the main issue here. But we are, you know, if they can't, we force them into a situation where they've got to go off, at least. It's just that if they can, we are just dead. Yeah, so, you know, that's not too bad. That's a good draw, obviously. Let's play the Simic Growth. Pick it up, play an Amulet. Play the Simic Growth. Pick it up again. Play it again. So we're going to make 9 mana, we're going to transmute Teleria West for a Pact of Negation. We're going to play Summoner's Pact for Primeval Titan. This gives us quite a lot of insurance. I'm going to play the Titan. We're going to get Gemstone Mine, which will untap twice, and Slayer's Stronghold. It's Vesuva copying the Stronghold. So we're going to get in for 8. In fact, I'm going to use Mana Confluence. I'm not bothered about my life total, and Gemstone counters going down to 1's not great. Yeah, this is all fine. Add and taps, and then we just swing. Ah, he's had enough. Well, that went pretty well. I want Vex Sage, Strong Song, Nature's Claim. I don't really want anything else. I guess Rivik Thar stops them comboing quite dramatically, so I always cut a Titan when I bring in Rivik Thar. It just keeps the curve low. Dismember's dreadful. in all honesty. That's a pretty bad card. I think Explore is worse than his user in this match. Not really sure how much I even want EE. Yeah, it's 5 mana to blow up a Dictate, as these are 4 mana, a lot less. And to tutor it up, it's 8. So yeah, I don't think I want that. It's not really important to have Maya or Bog in this matchup, or Tech Edge for that matter, but Tech Edge is probably just better than Bog. One more to cut. Could be another Explore. Could be a Primeval Titan. I think I'm going to do this. No, I'm not. I'm going to take a tracker out. The tracker's not going to win me this game. 9 times out of 10. It is a race. It doesn't look like a race because you're against a blue deck, but it is. Again, this hand's pretty decent. This hand will lose to not drawing stuff, but other than that, we look pretty good. That's not a bad draw either. It's worth noting here as well that obviously I sideboarded out Bajuka Bog, which isn't very useful. Radiant Fountain is not particularly useful either, but it's allowed us to go play a turn 2 Azusa, so it's become a lot more useful. 4, 5, 6. I have 6 mana's worth of land, so I'm going to leave the Gruul Turf in play in case Azusa's countered. Because if Azusa's countered here, we end up missing our land drop for the turn. Whereas this way we've actually made our land drop. We'll play the Forest, we'll play the Radiant Fountain. And now if he wants to respond, he can. Yeah, that's great. That's totally fine. We got 2 land drops out of Azusa, and we still actually have our Azusa. Though obviously we certainly can't Titan this turn. Slightly regretting not having the Gruul Turf in hand now. Would allow me to play 2 Teleria West and then add 2 blue and then pick them up with the Gruul Turf. Again, not to worry though. I imagine we're both drawing a card here. That's fine. I guess I should have played the Teleria West, but by not playing it, Gemstone Mine is now a Titan. I may just play it out this turn though. Okay, this has got better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need these users to stay in play after I play this, which it has. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to play this. If there's no response, which there isn't, I'm going to pick it up again and replay it because it'll let me play this Stirlings just in case. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I can play this. Pick up Teleria West. Play Ancient Stirlings. Grab Amulet, I think. Just going to take a bit more time to discuss that sequencing as well. The reason I played the Gruul Turf before the Stirlings was so that if my opponent had another Vapor Snag, I could still continue to combo off. This way he hasn't had a chance to respond to the Stirlings. It's unlikely that he had anything. If he had, he'd probably play it sooner. Decision here is whether I'm going to get a Primeval Titan with my Teleria West or just a Rurik Thar, and I think it's a Rurik Thar. And if that's the case, they can't the Summit Grove, so I can pick up Teleria West later and try and recover. So that's what we're going to do. And now we transmute this. We get Summoner's Pact. Now my oversight here is that I don't have double blue. So that was pretty poor from me. But he's down to playing like 3 spells. And one of them's going to happen automatically. I mean, like, Exhaust here just kills me, which I hadn't thought about. Though I can't beat that either way with Summoner's Pact. Yeah, there's a few things I could do better. He's got to dig for his key cards now. See if he finds him. It's found another turn. I guess he plays McCart. Okay, so he's just let 3 mana go. He could have used his land to draw an extra card there. He has a turn. If he has exhaustion, we're dead. If he doesn't, we win. So we win. I made hard work of that. But the difference there is that Primeval Titan would have just done nothing. He just stone cold nothing. Although perhaps with double Amulet instead, I would have had no mana left, but a Titan would have made me 4, 5, 6. I'd have been able to attack for 10, 11. Yeah, so the Titan wouldn't have done anything, except would have let me hold up Pact of Negation and counter the Time Warp and then win. So I gave him an out with exhaustion there. If I'd have got the Titan, it wouldn't have been an out. I could have given the Titan haste and then got some blue lands and yeah, and then just win the next turn. So that play was a misplay. It's not probably, it's definitely definitely was. Right, so key to Modern, win the dice roll. Amulet into Tracker, let's hope they path it, that would be great. Be good for this hand. Let's give it a go. Let's check how this is recording. Could be embarrassing. Although no one would know it was embarrassing, it would just be the situation. We'll lead on the forests because this deck doesn't really need much blue mana anymore, so I don't really need to run the gemstone out like I may have done with 7 Vision in the deck. But yeah, it's better just to keep the counters. So let's see if we can figure out what we're up against. I think I want to try and get value off a Tracker. Catacombs is normally in a slower deck, so... Oh, that's tempting. That's very tempting. Because it's pretty much Abrupt Decay and that's it that can really upset us now. If he has Abrupt Decay, fine, we'll play out a Tracker. If he doesn't, and he plays Collective Brutality, Thoughtseize, Duress, anything at all, you can take one of the 2 threats and I still get the threat. And if this is just a Tarmogoyf or something, then we're cooking. Yeah. One dead opponent. I prefer the blue one. This hand's just been perfect. Just been as good as we can get. So we'll get this Titan. We'll get some mana and a token, I guess. Again, this is sort of irrelevant what lands we get. We just wanted to make 6 more to make a second Titan. It teaches your opponent to tap out on turn 2. So here we just have to be careful, see what way the lands trigger. So these trigger the wrong way, so we'll go like this and then like this. So this is annoying because normally I would pick up the Slayers, but I can't, so I'll pick up this. And this. Attack for 16, and we'll go get some lands that do stuff with Kasig, I guess. Might as well have some value while we're at it. I don't need another bounce, I'll just get Teleria West. I mean, we don't need anything at this point, obviously. Add a colourless, a blue, make this guy bigger. Hope our opponent doesn't have Slaughter Pact plus Semi-Spirit card. And a Gentle 23. Is that the right maths? Yeah. So we slow down, I think. I mean, we're against was that a Blood Crypt Overgrown Tomb? I think it was, so it's Jund colours. I mean, I think I want all these cards in. I want to cut a counter spell, I want to cut a pact, and cut the best card in my deck. Cut the Spirit Guide, cut an Azusa, bring a Dismember in. Okay. I don't know if... I like taking out a Titan in this sort of situation. Know if I want a Pyroclasm or not, really. Kills Bob. And Bob is a card that can hurt us. But as a one-of, I'm not sure if I want it. I don't want anything else in this sideboard. Pretty sure. I just don't want Surgical to be a blowout. Ugh. We'll just leave it in. We'll just leave it in. That's close. I don't like mulliganing against BGX decks. Ugh. I'm going to keep that with a Scry. I don't think I can beat them if I go to 5. Because of the discard. I'm assuming they have discard, obviously. Yeah. But this hand's pretty decent if the top card's an untapped green source. A Scout into Tracker into Clues is just, you know, it's fine. Yeah, Stones makes sense, but okay, so he's on quite an aggressive build, I would say. Something like a Death Shadow Jund deck. There we go, that's what we wanted. And if he kills that one, we just play another. I mean, a Death Shadow deck wouldn't run those lands, but it's weird that he's got Bauble. Taking the tracker's pretty good here though. Sets us back. It's one of our best value cards, so okay, that's fine. If I just attack with this scout at this rate. Maybe not. But I just run out of land. So I don't hate this position. It's not good. I mean, he's got 3 cards. We've got 3 cards. He's got something that can now kill us. We do not. And it's a 4/5 because of this land. But we're only a draw step away from something decent. I'm tempted to go get a tracker, actually. We'll make this a 5/6. But being able to play 2 lands off this, I think makes it worthwhile. 2 clues will help us get back in this game, hopefully. Yeah, I asked for a good draw step, so I can't really complain at this. Get 2 clues. Easily pay for the pact, so all those things are good. Even if you had a Fulminator Mage, we could pay for the pact. Because if he Fulminates and tries to take this, we respond on flashing this. If he plays it and doesn't crack it, we just don't tap the scout and we just pay the 4. And then if, you know, we basically, we just don't do anything until the Fulminator pops. If that's what he's doing. I think technically speaking I should have played the Gold Turf last turn, so he didn't know that I had a Gold Turf. He's seen this Gold Turf, so that's not great. He can't have a kill spell, so sorry, a land destruction spell, and be able to do that. You know, if he has a Ghost Quarter here, I'll go get a Forest, so that's fine. Let's just have a clue. We're going down 5 life, which is significant. This Mana Confluence is starting to clock us a little. The choice here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can pay 2 life, so 1 for this, tap this, play this, pick this up and replay it, crack a clue, draw a card. Or I could play this, do nothing, next turn pick it up, transmute it, have 1, 2, 3, 4 left over. Seems okay. I guess I don't really need to be taking damage unnecessarily. There's a big part of me that wants to just chump block here as well. Not necessarily because it's the right play, but just because if he gets to the point where the guy's lethal, he'll kill the scout anyway. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm not going to. There's a world where I draw an untapped land and want it, so I can transmute for a Thrag Tusk, which will buy me a couple of turns. Or I can transmute for an Engineered Explosives here. That's what we'll be doing. We'll be the control deck for a turn. I forgot we had that option because I've not played with EE for a while because of my budget. Another option there would have just been to get the Duke of Bog, pick it up, the Duke of Bog again, make these tiny. I think I prefer them dead. Use this. We'll hold the scout up for this Simic growth just because it sort of responds to fulminators and such. Honestly, I don't really know why I'm getting cute with this. If it has something that keeps these alive now, it's going to be pretty disappointing. I wasn't going to do anything other than crack this, so yeah. Opponent's flooding out a touch. And these clues are going to start doing some work, I hope. Yeah, we'll crack one. We'll play Stirrings. There's no amulets at this point. Relic is fine. Relic in play. Tusk in play. Swing for one. I'm struggling to work out what our opponent could have at this point. Discard spells. That's my guess. Just take out my Summoner's Pact here because it's a surgical extraction target. Let's run out this Explore. Play a Tech Edge. Just in case we draw Kessig, I want to keep the red up. I'm going to hold this in hand again as well. The reason being that it gives me more information if I know what attacks he's made, what creatures he's played, what cards he's drawn off Bob. I have more information on what I want to square to top or bottom. Obviously we've run out of clues at this stage. It's got pretty perfect mana, so this Tech Edge isn't doing anything. Overmaster's decent, but just going along the right lines are killing him. So depending on what happens here, I may be tempted to crack this Relic. I won't block Bob. I kind of want Bob to do some damage to him at this point, I think. Although 5 is a lot and 3 cards are annoying. No, I think we'll block actually. Token has to attack, so we'll take it. Okay, so we've got a good idea what's going on. We'll scry. If there's something good, I'm not cracking the Relic. If there's something bad, I'll probably crack it so that we get a card deeper. So yeah, we won't crack it. We'll just draw this good card. One. Right, so we'll go 1 off that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll leave a red open. Should just about see them off. Red and a white gets a bounce land and a Slayer Stronghold. Which plays the Slayer Stronghold, which gives the Titan haste. 1, 2, 3. So that's exactly, yeah, we've got enough. Okay, 2 games to 2 O's. Let's have another crack. I mean, what that game showed pretty nicely actually was that we didn't see a Primeval Titan for the first, I don't know, many turns in that second game, but we comfortably won it. I mean, there was points where I felt behind, but we knew we had a lot of live draws. We used 2 of our 3 trackers. We used the Thrag Tusk. We used Engineered Explosives. But you know, we just turned into a deck with control cards like the Relics, Hornet Queen's trackers, Explore that digs, Scouts that have some utility with the lands that we're using, and so realistically you've got a lot of live draws. You've got 4 Summoners packs, the Explorers are a redraw, the Relics are a redraw, the trackers are a redraw and a card, which are, you know, good times for all. We keep winning the dice roll, which is good news. This is a keep, because if this is a bounce land, we're pretty close. Plus, we run a lot of lands, so there's a good chance that we'll draw lands. Spirit Guide's not doing a right lot this hand, if I'm honest. I don't see it. No, yeah, it's not doing anything, really. Unless our opponent is particularly hateful, but I imagine not. Problem here is I'm going to have to exile the Spirit Guide to play the Amulet. So the Spirit Guide's done its job actually. Next turn we will be playing as Primeval Titan. Almost guarantee that. We just got to get these guys into play. Like a Pride Mage from a green-white deck could kill the Amulet, but that's pretty much the top and bottom of it. Holding up Spell Queller would, you know, if our opponent actually holds up Spell Queller, I will try and play around it. Scavenging Ooze is fine. I would say pretty strongly that that's a path. He had the option of, okay, he's pathing the wrong thing. Good stuff, good stuff. An untapped land as well, beautiful. And we drew an extra Titan, just for the rubbins. Don't really see our opponent getting out of this now. What could we do here? 4, 6. Sorry, 1, 2. One, 2, 3, 4. We can put him a long way behind. So what I'm doing here is just I'm making a second Titan. Not that I can actually give it haste or anything, but this opponent's not winning maths, so and what I'll do once we've attacked with one Titan, just make sure that we've got enough mana for this Summoner's Pact. In fact, I don't even need to worry about that. We've got the lands in hand. Yeah, we couldn't lose from there. So this definitely is a Pyroclasm Dismember sort of game. I would guess he's on like the green-white company deck that Todd Stevens plays a lot of. That deck runs Crucible on a creature, whatever it's called, Excavator. It also runs a lot of Ghost Quarters, so Tech Edge might be okay. Even Mind Sensor's annoying. We've got our creature kill for that. Long story short, this is going to get quite grindy, I would have thought. I may even drop the amulets. We've been drawing really well tonight. Really well. Chopper's user, because I like Scout when they can only find a... Oh, I want Mortuary Mire. Yeah, I like Scout when they can only... when they've only really got Path to deal with it. I want to cut a land for this Mortuary Mire. Paducah Bog turns off Eternal Witness, and shrinks Knight of Reliquary and ruin map thing, so that stays. The 3 forests are good against the paths and the Ghost Quarters. The Ghost Quarters are good against their tapped Ghost Quarters. Radiant Fountain is probably the weakest, but not by a lot. Between those two, I think I want the red source for the Pyroclasms. And then I'm going to drop the Pact of Negation. I think. I don't know if I just want to try and... Am I doing this right? Can we outgrind the grindy deck? I think so. I think we're about to find out anyway. Yeah. Summoner's Pact's a risk against a deck full of Tech Edges and Ghost Quarters, if that is the deck we're playing against. You know, it could just be some Kiki card deck. They could happily lead Forest Plains, Hierarch, Scoos. But I think that's unlikely. It's not particularly popular. And I probably want to bod in a similar way anyway. This hand isn't great. We have limited disruption, and because we've boarded into a sort of control deck, I won't kill the Dark here. This will just be a, you know, let him have a bit of ramp. I think I just play a tap land and, you know, go to play Explore next turn. Any other method slows us down quite a bit. This will be the last game for me tonight, unfortunately, but yeah, so okay, so that's justifying the decision to take out the amulet somewhat, although having this relic feels a bit dumb. Don't think I want to open Cruel Turf up to a Ghost Quarter, so I won't. He's representing Path as well. There was 1 damage on the board from the Exalted Trigger that he refused to use. This could also be Ban Nightfall, which I hadn't considered, and is a quicker matchup, and that's what this mana base suggests. So I need to be wary of that. This guy's definitely got Path. But Everything's got to get pathed. I'm going to pick up the forest. I just want untapped sources. I don't need the Taloya West at this point. I'm surprised he didn't choose to path there. I'll just take 3. The elemental token will play kill me quicker. The voice trigger isn't something I'm overly worried about. This is fine. This is fine. So we'll get a clue, which puts this into blocking territory. The untapped gemstone's pretty good draw as well, actually. Because now we can crack 2 clues and block any exotic creature. If he attacks with 2 creatures, I'll block 1. Township messes up the math a little bit, but if he's tapping out for Township and we trade a creature and I draw 2, that's actually fine as well. It's confusing me a little bit what our opponent's trying to do. Yeah, I know this gives him a token, but which I don't really want to do, but see what happens here. This is fine. We just want to stem the bleeding a little bit. Actually kill this token, but I don't think we will. I think we'll just play a Titan. She's, possibly getting pathed. Sorry guys, I'm just on my phone, 2 seconds. Um, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Explorer's kind of free. Let's get 2 lands out of our hand. We'll get this if we get spell collared. Sort of. And just remember the spell queller. Using gemstones so we don't take damage. But we do get slightly behind now. It's got a creature that's a reasonable size. If this is a second spell queller, we know what's been going on all these turns. Okay. I still think he's got a path. May as well. Don't know what's the best play. Make this bigger. Probably the best play. So Forest Relic, I think. This game has got a lot grindier than I would have hoped. And we're going to have to block next turn. We're pretty dead if we don't. I maybe shouldn't have played that Explore. It wasn't completely free. In fact, I definitely shouldn't have played it. Let's commit to our misplay. We definitely misplayed. I like saying we when I say misplayed because it makes it sound like you guys were involved as well. Yeah, we don't mind that. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 9 damage there. Tempted to block that big old elemental. Oh, we'll definitely block that big old elemental now. We rightly should be scared of Path still, but Radiant Fountain, Kalani Garden helps with that massively. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are just a mana short of what I'd like to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Primeval Titan. So what happens here? If I get... Oh, I took out the Radiant Fountain. So I'll get the Kalani Garden in a bounce land. Like so. Get a plant. Do you know what? I don't think we can lose in combat here this next couple of turns, so I'm just going to not worry about picking up this Teleria West. I'll do it later. Yeah, I transmute it later, I don't need to do it now. I don't even have that many good things to transmute for. Okay, so I'm starting to think he doesn't have Path. Again, that was a turn 6 Titan, so Tireless Tracker there was just doing great stuff for us. My opponent's draws of... I mean, I have no idea what's in this guy's hand, but his draws haven't been great. Right, we'll take my 2. Engine Explosives on 2 is tempting at this point. Especially now we've drawn that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can... I'm burning through these gemstone mines, but it's not a problem. Again, slightly questionable play because he could just block with these creatures now and set us back a touch, but we're getting to a stage where like this plant token is going to get Kessigged. And we get Kessig, and I'm going to get Ghost Quarter because they're useful later. Mainly just because I can't get these lands out of my hand, there's no real point in trying to ditch them all into play just yet. I think we'll get a temple, and I think I'll get another plant token in case this turns nasty somehow. Got half our bounce lands in our hand, so we don't need more lands, we've got those covered. You kind of expect double blocks. Yeah. he's drawing a Windswept Heath. Haven't even been bothering to use the Relic, it's just sat there. Probably isn't a matchup for Relic. So here our opponent has got Windswept Heath in hand, and he's decided not to shuffle. So it feels like he's thrown in the towel a little bit. I don't actually have white sauce in play, which is annoying. So I'll put one in play. I may transmute this for a Summoner's Pact. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we win. That was only heading one way. I mean, I think actually Kessig would have just done it. I don't know why I transmuted or did anything. You attack with the 4 creatures of Kessig, the one that gets through. I was playing it a little safe in that if he did have a piece of removal, which we're sure he doesn't, but if he had a piece of removal, we were playing around that a little bit, but that was unnecessary. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we'd have plus 15 to tokens. So yeah, there was no need to do anything there. Pretty good start. Unfortunately, I have to stop whilst I'm getting all my good matchups and all my good draws. Hopefully it's the same tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and we'll complete this league soon. See ya. Bye.